Go to Terry Cochin, Toronto Sun. Go ahead, Terry.
Over here a little bit for you.
You're perfectly centered now, Jason.
Thanks, there.
Okay. Jack Campbell's going to do something tomorrow night he hasn't done before. Obviously the team has confidence in him, but what do you expect out of Jack going into game one here?
Yeah, Jack's been phenomenal for us. He's the reason why we're in the position to start with home ice here, and we have full confidence in him. He's a guy that nothing's fazed him all year, and he's been thrown in tough situations, and we got full belief in him. So we're excited to go.
Next up, we'll go to Mark Masters, TSN. Go ahead, Mark.
Jason, what's your sense of how the group is handling being the favorite heading into this series, the additional pressure that maybe comes with that, and just in general getting set for a big run?
Yeah, we're just focused on game one and getting up and running here. It's been a great week of practice to kind of hone some things in. Expectations, every team that's in the playoffs thinks they're going to win and expects to win. So we're no different. And everything you've done in the regular season now gets put to rest and you move forward as a playoff team. So we're excited about the challenge ahead and not looking behind us, or not looking too far ahead either.
Next up, we'll go to Jennifer Botterill with Sportsnet. Go ahead, Jennifer.
Thanks, Jason. I wanted to ask you about your teammate Rasmus Sandin. What do you like about his approach towards the end of the regular season, and what are your expectations from him come playoff time?
Yeah, with Ras, you're seeing a guy that's had an opportunity and sees the job and played with a lot of confidence. I think the strongest part of his game is his hockey sense. I feel like he knows where everybody is on the ice at all times. He's a guy that moves pucks really well. As a forward group, he's a guy that's really easy to play with. He finds you and you get open, breaks the puck out really well. And he's got a competitive mean streak to him too. So great player. Great to see a young guy have that opportunity at the end of the year and then take it and take it seriously. So he's a guy that can really help our club out.
Next up, we'll go to Steve Simmons, Toronto Sun. Go ahead, Steve.
Jason, you've gone into playoff series in the past where your line was the line that somebody else was trying to shut down. What's it like to be Auston Matthews and Mitch Marner going into a series like this when you're going to be the defensive attention of the other team?
Yeah, it's a challenge, and that there's going to be schemes around how to stop you. I think it's important as a line that you know your identity and you know what you do well. And also you control expectations. It's going to be up to us as depth players to provide them support and not expect them to just win us games. So, especially in the first round early in series, I think there's a lot of attention on those guys, and it's our job to support them. But those are competitive guys. They know how to play. They know how to play this time of year in terms of upping their game and getting around the net. And we're happy to have them as our guys, and we're pretty confident they're going to navigate their way through the defensive check-in.
We'll take three more here. We'll go to Guillaume Lefrancois, La Presse. Go ahead, Guillaume.
Hi, Jason. Even though younger players might be the stars of this series, there's you and Joe Thornton on one side. There's Corey Perry, Eric Stahl on the other side. What's the values of guys like you when you reach the playoffs? What's that value of that experience?
Yeah, I think what you learn through experience in the league is just the intensity that needs to go into games early on and the focus, and then also being able to kind of leave games behind and move forward. So you have to have poise with the puck. You have to play with poise in playoff games. A lot of times it's a lot of skating around and banging and crashing, and you have to be able to settle plays down. And as veteran guys, I think you can control the emotions of the series well and kind of impart that wisdom on your teammates as the series goes. So but definitely with urgency early on, it shows how important this is.
We'll take two more here. We'll go to Kristen Chilton, TSN. Go ahead, Kristen.
Jason, I'm just wondering, can you take anything as a group from the bubble experience last year at this point, or has the team just evolved where this really does feel like a clean slate?
Well, I think we're a much different group now in how we're built and players we have. There's a lot of turnover, but I think for the guys that were a part of it, I think it should sting, and I think it motivated us through the summer and got us ready for this season. But once this season has started, we've kind of become a new team and carried a new confidence with knowing that we've had that experience in the past, and you learn from those experiences. And I think it helped motivate us to a certain point. And then at one point you kind of shake that and you become the team that you are now. And that's kind of where we're at. We've become our own team. We're a new team, and we have different guys. But for the guys that were a part of the bubble, I think that hurt, and we expected bigger things from ourselves, and we learned from it.
And last one here, we'll go to Michael Tracos with Post Media. Go ahead, Michael.
Hey, Jason. We all know that the playoffs are just a different animal in terms of the physicality. What's it like being on a team now where you guys have some players who can push back, whether it's Wayne, Nick Foligno, even yourself? Does that give you a different sort of edge than you've had in years past?
Yeah, playoffs are fun. You just leave it all on the line, and you see different things from guys you don't see throughout the season. You see a added sense of urgency, and then obviously with some of the guys we have, that comes natural to them, and it's part of their game and a big part of who they are as players. So you like having guys like that on your team, but just as a whole, I think playoffs just brings out the best of everyone and brings out the competitiveness. And this is why we play all year and grind for this moment. So fun time to be a player for sure.
Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, guys.